right, good evening, everyone. Phil here, and welcome to the Daily Wrap for what was Saturday, the 6th of August, 2022. And it was a fun day. Overall, it was a pretty good day. First of all, on the Level 1 podcast, I cleared up a little bit of bullshit regarding some nonsense and drama. Cleared the air with that, laid down the law, and that was the end of that. If you want the full skinny, I really don't want to go into it any further than what I said this morning. You could check out the Level 1 podcast from then. But then, for the second half of the podcast, we talked about my setup. As you can see, we redecorated a little bit, moving the Pac-Man lamp to a better position where it could be better seen, adding little Street Fighter figurines to the various parts of the setup, and kind of rearranged it a little bit to make a lot more sense. So thank you to those who were here for the podcast this morning who helped me with that. That really helped out a lot to redesign my setup here for the streams. People seem to like the newly shuffled around and redesigned setup. So, yeah, it should be good. It's nice spruced up, right? Then the first stream today was Final Fantasy VII. And basically what we did is we finished up all of the content heading into the end game. Meaning now we're going to firmly be into the end game of the game when we play it again in a couple of days. There's been, people keep questioning, am I going to keep going with this game and do all the optional side content, meaning preparing and fighting all those Emerald and Ruby weapons, which are very tough to beat, which will entail training and racing Chocobos, as well as breeding them. It takes a very long time to do. It's going to be a lot of optional hours of gameplay, okay? Well, as I explained today, I'm not opposed to doing it, but I need the buy-in of viewers that they're going to show up, engage, and support. The last couple of Final Fantasy VII streams have been slower. Today, actually, the stream was very slow, and then all of a sudden, someone came in and gave a large tip that got momentum going again, and then it ended up being a pretty good stream by the end of it. But, I can't really rely on that every Final Fantasy VII stream. I could essentially, if I wanted to, beat Final Fantasy VII in one more stream. That's how close I am to the end. If I just did story, we could definitely wrap it up. But there's still a lot more to the game, and I don't necessarily want to just end the game prematurely. So, I guess my question is, are you guys buying in or not? What we're going to do is we're going to play it again on Monday, and we'll see what happens. I'll probably try to do some of the side content, and see, how it goes from there. And if it ends up going well or whatever, then great. We'll keep doing it until I do all the optional stuff, and then we'll beat the game. But if it ends up on Monday, it ends up being a really slow, low engagement stream, then probably we're just going to wrap it up. So we'll see what happens on Monday, okay? I'm down for whatever. I'd like to do all the content. I've beaten Emerald and Ruby Weapon before, and I'd like to do it again in this playthrough. Okay, then the night stream was Multiverses, and tonight I primarily focused in on using Bugs Bunny, all right? I used him for the vast majority of the stream. It wasn't until the very tail end where I used Garnet for about the last 25 minutes or so, but most of the night was Bugs. I learned a lot about him, using him, utilizing his abilities and techniques. I like the character a lot. I got a lot of wins. I was getting multi-eliminations because I like the fact that he's kind of a hybrid. He's got projectiles like the pie, the safe, and he can utilize these to keep combo and hit people from a distance. But at the same time, he has high maneuverability with things like going under the ground with his burrow. And also, he has a really strong charge normal attack. When you charge and release, he has a giant mallet that swings and hits a giant area when he does it. So, he's got a lot of tools, and I actually really like him. Certainly not as good close-up as other characters, but still pretty darn good overall, and I like him. So, I really enjoy it. And by the way, I got a ton of experience in the game tonight. I leveled up my battle pass like 2 or 3 entire levels, and Bugs is now like level 11. He's the highest level guy I have right now. Then I switched to Garnet, played a little bit with her, actually was doing really well with her too, so I had a good time tonight. Now, here's what happened. First half of the stream, people are engaged, 0 contributions. Like, I think we had like $10. And after an hour, I was like, guys, again, I want to keep Multiverses in the rotation. I like the game. It's different. It's something for variety. It's a fighting game. You guys have wanted to see me play a fighting game other than Street Fighter for the longest time. I'm giving you what you want, yet people aren't supporting it, and I don't understand. Then all of a sudden, a bunch of contributions came in. So that was nice. It wasn't the best. We didn't even hit the Tier 2 tips goal, but still, even just hitting 1 level of goal is better than absolutely nothing. I want to keep playing this game. But if we keep having nights where it's like, ridiculous to even get any little amount of support for the game when people are saying they want other stuff, then we're going to do other stuff. It's a shame because they actually announced today at EVO that the new stuff coming up in the game is going to be a arcade mode where you play against the AI in stages and waves. And of course, there'll be rewards and things for doing it. And then it will have online co-op for that, an online co-op arcade mode. And then they're going to launch the ranked system soon, where you're going to get rank points for your matches. And that's going to be in the next season. Plus, of course, Morty and then Rick are going to eventually be released as well, plus possible other characters. They didn't give a date for that yet, but we're assuming maybe within 1 or 2 weeks. It was supposed to be tonight, but it got delayed, so we'll see. But yeah, with all that content coming out, it would be a shame for me to like drop the game now. I don't want to drop it. I really seriously don't understand why the support is so low for the game. It's lower than when I play old school Street Fighter on Friday nights most of the time. I don't get that. When people have told me actively for years and years, play the new games, the hot new fighting games that are out. Why don't you play them at length? If you play one, you only play a little bit. I'm like, okay, I'll make a concerted effort to play this one. It's got a variety of characters that I'm interested in. Characters from cartoons from my childhood, from comic books that I like, and movies of, recent stuff. It's really cool. I like the premise of the game. There's high production value. The gameplay is there. Everything is there. So I don't understand why there's no support for it. I just don't get it. But I do want to say thanks to those. I mean, there's been like literally 2 to 3 MultiVersus streams now, where at the last minute, there's a few people who come in with big contributions and at least make it a reasonable night. And I really appreciate that. But, I can't really rely on that. People are screaming. If you can believe it, people are screaming for Bassmaster and Toy Story and other games. So I need to make it viable to keep MultiVersus in the rotation. All right? Anyway, overall, the streams were great. The gameplay was good, right? We had a great chill time all day long. I really did. I enjoyed a great day overall. So thank you for that. And, overall support was great today. Okay? So what are we doing tomorrow? Batman, Arkham Asylum, conclusion. We've got the Poison Ivy boss, the remaining Riddler riddles, and the final boss fight. After that's done, depending on how much time is left on the stream, it's possible we may check out the challenge maps and see what they are. I don't know how many you have to do to platinum the game. Probably too many. But we'll see. We'll check it out and maybe do some of those. And if there's time, maybe some extra Q&A. We'll see. We'll see how time permits tomorrow. But tomorrow, Arkham Asylum is concluding. Then tomorrow night, yes, it's the premiere of Bassmaster 2022. You guys want to see me play it now. I played the tutorial the other night, okay? I kind of get the gist. I'm sure there's going to be more to it than the tutorial. But I think the reason people want this game is because I've done fishing in games in the past, and it's always become a really chill and interactive part of whatever game I'm playing. Games over the years such as Minecraft and Animal Crossing. When I go to fishing mode and I start fishing, it's more about me talking with you guys and having fun conversation while I'm fishing than the actual fishing. In this case, it's an actual game dedicated to fishing, so I think it's going to be, a combination, but I think people will just want a late night chill stream because we haven't had a type like this in a while. So I kind of get it. I hope for those who want it, there was a poll. People voted for it, okay? I hope they will show up, engage, and support it as much as you voted for it. I guess we'll find out tomorrow. If it ends up being a one-off thing, it's just a silly thing, it doesn't work out, we don't ever have to do it again. But I'd also be happy to have a game like this in my rotation once a week for something chill. So let's see how it goes tomorrow night. Okay, guys? Thank you for a great streaming day. Please have a good evening. I'll see you all in the morning for Batman. Later.